One of the biggest things that's going to hit the world in the next several years is the convergence of mobile communications with the internet. The internet has grown amazingly. 10 years ago, 100 million users. Today, 1.4 billion users. But by the end of 2010, there will be 5 billion people in the world who have a cell phone or a mobile phone. And the internet's moving across onto mobile networks. So the sort of access to information, the sort of enablement, the sort of empowerment of decision-making back down at local levels, economic decision-making, social decision-making, political input, feedback loops, that's going to cascade down to 3 billion people or more through that mobile network over just a relatively short period of time. It's going to be a massive acceleration. And with that, it's going to become a massive acceleration of empowerment and enablement and feedback, particularly in the developing world. And that's one of the biggest things going to hit us and face us in our future. Another related issue, which is very important to that, with that great growth, is we've got to make certain that we maintain a single, interoperable, global internet, that it's all one internet. It doesn't fracture into various country or regional intranets, that we keep a single global internet, so that when a widow in Lake Victoria puts up a bed and breakfast or a little tourist place, that every backpacker from Norway to New Zealand can access that, can see it, can visit her and spread that knowledge and information, and as a consequence economic benefits very much across the developing world as well as the developed world. And I think finally, for all that to take place, it's very important that we actually build out the networks, that the networks have to be built, and that costs money. And so there's a really interesting challenge for governments to ensure that the regulatory regimes are put in place that sponsor both competition, which is very important in the ISPs and telecommunications carriers, but also that it sponsors low barriers to entry, so we don't just set up oligopolies. And finally, though, but there is incentives in place to ensure that those people who are making the investments actually build out the network. This stuff is expensive, and so that balance is going to be very important for the future.